This podcast episode is brought to you by the Sharps app. Sharps, it's pretty much the social media for sports bets tracking. You can link your sports books and share all of your bets and give a video or text breakdown, however you want to do it. And then on the social media feed, you can see everybody else's bets. You can tail the ones you want to by clicking the tail icon and then click the thumbs down for the ones you want to fade. And each week, the Hookshot podcast will be giving out a free bet. Last week for UFC Singapore, our Sharps free bet was Max Holloway by KO/TKO at -120, and that one absolutely banged. I'll put it on the screen right now, as you can see at the top. We had our video description and everything. It was great. We had a whole breakdown on why we thought Max Holloway was going to knock out Korean Zombie, and he did just that. Let me tell you guys how to access this free bet. All you have to do is click the link in the description of this podcast. You're going to see, once you click that link, Sharps free bet. And once you click that, you're going to download the Sharps app. You're going to register an account, and where it says code, this is how you get the free bet, guys. It should be in there already, but if it's not, you just type in Hook294. I'll put it on the screen. Hook294. Once you do that, you have to link your sportsbook, whatever sportsbook you use, whatever, if it's DraftKings, FanDuel. Also, you can link a DFS, which is like Prize Picks or Underdog. Link whatever you want. You have to link a sportsbook. And once you do that, you go into the Sharps app, you add our username at HookshotPod, drop a follow, and you should be able to see our free bet. Sharps, go sign up. The link is in the description, and use our code HOOK294. Time to go to the full podcast, baby. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 15 of the Hookshot Podcast. If you're new to these, my name's Lucas Cohen. This is Rohan Borges. Each week we come on here, give you guys some UFC predictions, throw in some basketball as well. It's the off season right now. You know, you got the FIBA World Cup going on. Still some excitement going on over there. You know, you got Rondae Hollis Jefferson looking like he's fucking Kobe Bryant.
That was insane.
What the fuck? Playing for Jordan. He's Jordanese. Is that what it is? Jordanese?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, country in Africa. I guess he's from Jordan.
Bro, but it's crazy how similar he looks to Kobe Bryant. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, all of a sudden he had the elbow band just like Kobe. He had the 24. Yeah,
and he looked like him.
Yeah, with the buzz cut.
It was
too.
weird.
He looked like a young Kobe. That was cool to see though. I hope he finds his way back into the league somehow.
It was odd. Our boy Jalen Brunson, New York Knicks.
Yes, sir.
Right here. And yeah, you guys may be noticing we're in a new spot right now. We got an apartment.
Sir.
Look at this. We're going to be pumping out content like a motherfucker. Thoughts on that?
No, man, I am so excited. You guys see the new setup. I think it looks great. I hope you guys enjoy. But yeah, man, it's a huge upgrade from last year because, we were in that studio. Yeah, this is the real deal. We're going to be able to, like you said, we'll just keep the content coming nonstop. But yeah, I'm so excited, man. So excited.
Two things. One, we love you guys, right? We could be watching Dana White Contender Series
started
on a
10 minutes
Tuesday right
ago.
now. It started.
Yeah.
We could be watching
right?
it right now. 8
Yeah,
o'clock.
man.
You know, we're busy. You guys don't understand. You don't see the behind the scenes. We're very busy men. We could be relaxing and watching Dana White Contender Series right now, making some money, watching it live. But instead, we're doing this fucking full pod, breaking down UFC Paris. We're meant for the people, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
We are. And
You guys first.
Yes. Amen to that. But another thing Rohan and I were just talking about, we're going to go live as of now on YouTube for UFC Paris, and we're going to be doing a full card betting reaction. I believe the card starts at 12 p.m. Eastern. Am I mistaken, Rohan?
No, yeah. The card starts at 12. Main card starts at 3, I believe. Right?
Main card starts at 12. I mean, prelims start at 12:30.
12:30, okay. 12:30. Main card starts at
Oh, wait,
3.
no. That may change because it's saying a bunch of fights are canceled. Actually, I have no idea. 12 o'clock. We'll call it 12 o'clock.
We'll call it 12.
We're going to go live on YouTube, Hookshot Pod. If there's any changes to where we're going live, just follow us on Instagram. The link's in our bio at Hookshot Pod. We're going to go live and we're going to react to each one of our Discord bets. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. And then afterwards, we're going to chop it up and put it on the Instagram if you guys missed the live. But man, it's going to be fun. Get in there. We're going to talk to you guys in the comments. It's going to be a blast. So yeah.
Yeah, very excited. We'll have the chat open. You guys can chat with us. while we're all watching, enjoying the fights. Yeah, it's gonna be a great time. I'm excited.
It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun.
If you guys remember the early fans, you guys will remember we used to have
the early fans.
Yeah, we used to have the watch parties in the dorm. We used to set the camera up in the corner, have our reaction. But yeah, this is kind of a better rendition of that, so I'm definitely excited. Yeah,
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. A lot of stuff coming in the future. And for UFC 293 as well, we're gonna be pumping up content. And actually, you know, Rohan, I forgot to mention this to you before. You know, maybe we should do a little UFC 5 video when it comes out.
Hey, I'm not, bro. But the thing is, guys, you gotta realize this man is a legend at that game. Like, he's ranked number top 250 in the country, top 215, I think. Right?
There was a point. There was a point where I was top 100.
Yeah,
in the entire
like,
world.
Come on, bro. Like, on PlayStation users, top 100 in the world. Like, I am nowhere even near that. Like, I'm not on his level. So I don't know how much competition it'd be, but we could do something like that.
I mean, but you don't. Here's the thing, Rohan. With each new UFC game, there's new controls, and I was reading the article today. I don't know if you saw. Submissions completely gone now. There's no mini game.
I was not a fan of the stick.
That's gone. That's gone. It's gone. There's a whole. Actually, let me see if I can pull that up.
Yeah, because I signed up for the demo. You told me to do that. I signed up, but I don't know when that's announced.
Do you have it on? Do you have Twitter on right now? I don't know. It's good.
No, wait, hold on.
Are you signed on Twitter?
I do.
Go to UFC and it's UFC. Just look up UFC 5 Intel, and there should be an account.
Okay.
And then just.
Yep. Yeah, gameplay details. Submission minigames removed, replaced by a newly built system based on transitions. 8 regions on each fighter for bruising, cuts, and swelling. New cinematic replay for knockouts. Fighter can suffer broken noses, swelled eyes, and more. And I did see something about doctor stoppages being included. Is that a thing?
See, I love how they're trying. That is a thing. I love how they're trying to make the game more realistic. True. I absolutely love it. I love that they're, putting effort toward this game, period. Because UFC 4, as much as I loved it, it was complete shit. Like, it was one game.
I feel like that's such a spoiled thing to say. Like, that was such a good game. Like
UFC 4?
I mean, like...
Rohan, there's one game mode, playing online against each other.
Okay, so I'm seeing that they added an online career mode, because that's the one thing. It does get a little, repetitive. It gets a little old and stale after a while. But, because the career mode, you can only kind of do that once. Yeah. And that mode is kind of done. And then you got, the World Championships, which is what the good fighters do. But yeah,
me.
But yeah, I'm definitely excited because is this the last one with EA or is that not official?
No, it's with EA. But if you read on that, or I think it's in the article. I don't know if that Twitter account posted it. They changed the cinematic director company for it. Okay. So it's no longer. I forgot the names, but they're changing that completely.
Cinematic.
So the knockout thing, for example. Bro, this is going to be a completely different game. And I saw something. Dude. I saw something in the article. I wish I could pull it up. Is there a link to the article in there? Just click on one of the tweets. You should see the guy threaded an article.
Let's see.
Yeah, there it was. Go back to the one you just clicked.
Oh shit!
No, he's all over the place. Go scroll. Yeah, just any of them. Boom! That right there. That article.
Gotcha.
Click it. Okay. Now go to the bottom. There's something that says the game looks almost exactly like what you would see when watching an actual fight live. Huh. Just read that part.
That camera angle would be very interesting.
What are you seeing?
This article is not saying. This article seems to be a different one.
Well, let me see it real quick.
Because it's not about the actual. This one was not about the actual. It was about the career mode specifically, so it was a different one. But I see what you mean though. Yeah, no, because with a new company behind the scenes, it definitely have a whole different look, a whole new look. So
it's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. This is that dude. He gets really excited about this kind of stuff because he's.
I've been waiting.
He lives
a while.
On that game, bro. He
lives.
That
it's
game.
The only game I play. Guys. It's the only game I play.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if this game is good, I was struggling to get my friends to buy UFC 4 just because it's fun. The whole fighting aspect, fighting in any game, it's always fun. But just the video game as itself, man, there's just no creativity towards UFC 4. Mm-hmm. I really hope that they bring a great video game with UFC 5 and October 27th.
That's soon. I'm excited.
The beta should be coming out in September, and they're completely announcing the game September 9th. So I'm just so stoked, man. It's gonna be great.
Absolutely.
But what we're really here for is to break down UFC Paris. But before we do that, UFC Singapore. Rohan, I gotta tell you a story, man. I just do. I woke up at 4:40 in the morning to watch UFC Singapore.
Man, I told you in the live I was gonna try, and I just couldn't do it. I just could not do it.
I can't wake up to work out at 5 a.m, but I can wake up to fucking win some money. I'll tell you that. But yeah, no, it was still a great car. Don't get me wrong. It's just, man, I just felt like complete dog shit the rest of the day. Like I got sick just from waking up that early. As bad as that sounds.
Oh man,
I literally felt sick because I woke up at 4:40 in the fucking morning to watch some fights. But hey, I mean, that main event, I'll tell you.
Nah, it was worth it, dog. That knockout was just crazy. And you called it. I'll give him his credit where it's due. In the live, it was his free bet of the IG live that we did. Yeah, no, I guess.
It really was.
But, nah, man, Max, what a clean finish. Obviously, dude, what I said would have came true. It would have been a close, not close, but just a Max Holloway decision had Korean Zombie not just said, you know what, fuck it, one of us is going out right now, and just charged at him like it's freaking, you know, in the Coliseum type shit. He went just straight out at him in the start of the third round. And you know Max, he's never going to shy away from the fire. He embraces that type of exchange. And he was down for it. And, you know, dude, he's a faster, younger fighter. Like, he's gonna be the one to land. And, of course, Max caught him right clean on the chin, and Zombie went out, man. It was tough to see nasty. In his retirement fight. It's tough to see Zombie go out like that. But gracious in defeat, as always. It was cool to see Max, you know, even in the fight when he was almost going to finish him with strikes, and then he was like, you know what, nah, fuck that, I'm going to jump on the submission when the ref didn't stop it. So it was cool to see that respect. But nah, Korean Zombie's a legend. His career was just absolutely amazing to watch. He was an entertainer, pulled off one of the only twisters in UFC history. That was incredible. Always put on entertaining fights. I mean, the last 3 of his career are 4 fights, because he did win against Dan Ige before this, but Max, Volk, Ortega, just fighting a row of killers. But he showed up every time, and he was a real legend in the sport. So he'll be missed. He'll be missed.
Oh yeah, I mean, the walkout song.
Oh man, that was just, I was getting teary-eyed. I told you, when the crowd was even doing that on the way out into the octagon, and then on the way out as well, when they serenaded him with that fight song that he is so well known for, man. That was just a really cool moment. Really cool. Zombie.
Yeah, I mean, you see him crying, walking out of the octagon.
Hey, man.
And man,
he went out on his shield.
He went out on his fucking shield. He definitely did.
It was the Zombie way to do it, you know, but was that, how many other times has he been finished? Because that was a memorable one, obviously. Now that's going to stick in our minds. But Yair Rodriguez is the only other time I remember him, other than Volk, right? Because Volk got him up, but was that Dr. Stoppage? Or what was that? Did he finish him?
It wasn't a doctor stoppage. It was just like took so much of a beating.
Because I remember at a point in that fight, I was like, dude, you got to throw the towel in at some point, because he just got his ass whooped.
It was pretty much a towel thrown in from the ref. Like the ref just stepped in. So he wasn't hurt by the shot.
Getting like finished.
He was not hurt by the shot from Volk. He just took a clean shot.
Exactly. That's what I remember. Okay.
You know, he took a couple steps back.
Yeah.
It was over. Kind of like a Gaethje Ferguson finish.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like that. So that's what I was remembering. Like, I don't remember him being out at any point, but this one was brutal, man. He went out. But yo, Max again beats another contender. So just before we end on the UFC Singapore, because there's a few other fights we could talk about, but what do you think is next for Max? Because that's obviously a big thing on everybody's mind. We did the live after, and a lot of comments were asking about that. So what do you think?
I honestly have no idea who's next for Max. Like, I was saying, lightweight, possibly Dustin Poirier, another fight with Poirier, but I honestly have no clue. Like, if you look at featherweight, the only guy that would make sense for him is Ilia Topuria, and Ilia Topuria seems like he's getting the shot. So, like, he'd have to move up to lightweight. But who's he going to fight? I mean, as I said, possibly Poirier, but Poirier's beat him twice. Possibly, you know, Justin Gaethje would kill him. He's way too strong, in my opinion. Who else? I don't know. Maybe like a McGregor. I don't know, dude. No.
Yeah, I would love to see that again. Trust me, Max.
Yeah, I would love it, but it's just there's no way that happens.
I agree. I think lightweight may just be a little too big of a leap for Max. Obviously, we saw it once against Dustin, and he didn't look bad in that fight. And that's Dustin, so like give him credit for making it interesting. But I think featherweight is his natural weight class. So if he wants to stay at featherweight, because I think he can do whatever he wants at this point, it's Max. But if he does stay at featherweight, there's only really a few guys that he hasn't fought in the top of the heap. I mean, it's just kind of stale. But again, we don't want to see a fourth fight. At least I don't want to see a fourth fight between him and Alex. I think we know how that goes at this point, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, great card overall. Singapore was, and yeah, we'll see what's next for Max in the future. I'm sure. Because he's an active guy, he loves to fight, so we'll see something for sure.
Yeah, man, the entire card, it was fun, man, fun to say the least. The co-main event, a lot of people thought it was a robbery.
Yeah,
but
Span.
You should have fucking finished the fight, bro.
Dude, exactly. It was a broken orbital, right? It had to be because his eye was busted.
Yeah,
and
it was.
And me personally, I gave Ryan Spann the fight. Right? It was 2-1 in my opinion. But the fact that it was even left to the judges, again, to your point, is just crazy. And Ryan Spann, after already losing to Anthony Smith in a bad fashion, I would say, because he did not look all that good in that first fight. And then he comes out saying, oh, I know what I got to do better. My people around me know, what went wrong in that fight. And then he comes out and it looks like he's going to get the job done. And then he just folds. And I agree with him that it was probably not the right decision. But dude, get the finish. Like, man, but Anthony Smith, Lionheart might be one of the best nicknames for a fighter in the UFC because
I don't know how he kept fighting.
Like,
with
he
that
is
eye.
a dog, man. Like, he is really a dog. I respect Anthony Smith. I don't respect the decision as much, but I respect Anthony Smith, the fighter, and it's good to see him pick up another win. But that only means that he's gonna keep looking for higher up, higher ranked guys.
Anthony Smith versus Alex Pereira.
Bro, Rakic. Where's Rakic? Where's Alexander Rakic? Like, after that injury, he was good, though. He beat Jan, bro. People don't remember that. He was beating Jan before that injury happened, bro. He was beating him. And now he's gone.
Where did he go, though?
I don't know.
Like,
bro.
where the fuck did he go?
I don't know.
Alexander Rakic.
I don't know what happened, but he's good.
Who knows? We don't have any information on this guy.
Dude.
He was good. That dude was an athletic freak.
He was really, really lanky dude, had great kicks. I remember he was using that side kick, that oblique kick really well. But then Jan, I don't know what I think it was a kick that he threw. But nah, man, I need to see him back in the ring. Anyways, forget Rakic. The light heavyweight division is one of the best, though. I would say that division is really picked up. Obviously, after John left, everybody was like, oh, who's going to be that next guy? But I think there's no real guy, but it's just a really great, just lot of fighters in that division right now.
Yeah,
you got Yuri, Jamal Hill, Alex is still there, Anthony Smith, Rakic, Ankalaev. They got a lot of talented guys in that division. So yeah.
Bro, man, what's next for Holloway is just...
You're still on that.
I'm still on it. Like, what's fucking next?
Oh,
like, I don't know. This dude is really so good. But what's next? Well, he's not even the champion. It's not like he's a champ that's beating everybody.
Okay, so wait, but what if Alex... Okay, so maybe Max waits until Alex beats Ilya, because I could assume that everybody's going to pick Alex in that fight. I'm picking Alex if he fights Ilya, right? He's going to beat him.
Yeah.
So after that fight, I don't think there'd be much left for Alex to do in that division. So maybe he moves up, then Max can step back into the title picture. I think that is a likely outcome if Max wants to stay at featherweight. But if not, if he wants to jump the gun and fight, at lightweight again, there's names up there that he could step in. And it doesn't even have to be... help me out here. Is Dan Hooker fighting at lightweight again? He is, because he fought Jalen Turner at lightweight last fight, right?
He's fighting at lightweight, yes.
Boom, there it is. Dan Hooker, Max Holloway. I'd sign up for that any day of the week.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting.
As a little, warm-up fight for Max if he wants to change divisions, but nah, because Dan is always fluctuating between those weight classes as well, so it's not like that much of a weight difference in the cage.
What you said, though, about Volkanovski possibly just permanently moving up, I could see that. I could see that happening, because not only is he so big, dude,
he could take those guys.
He's turning 35 in a month. Like, he's low-key getting up there, man. I feel like we could see this guy possibly even retire.
Wow.
And within the next 2 years, you don't think he'll retire?
No, I don't think he'll retire, dude. You see his face when he gets how excited and how just fired up he is after each win. Like, even if it's not that impressive, but it really, that's never the case. Like, it's always impressive when he does get the victory, and he just is always coursing with all this energy, and I just think he really thrives off of that feeling. So I don't think he's retiring anytime soon. I think he'll do it for a few more years, just based off of that alone. I mean, that's just my thoughts on it. But maybe he is considering retirement. I hope not, though, because that dude is a monster, and it was confirmed that he is the cover athlete for UFC 5 along with Valentina.
I didn't even mention that. And Israel Adesanya's the deluxe, man.
Hey, Izzy's back on the cover. Yo, see, he's
Did I not
such
tell
a
you
star.
that?
No, you didn't tell me that. But you know what's crazy, guys? Because I was talking to him about this. Do you guys remember Izzy versus Alex won in the UFC? We were at that fight. And the UFC, the entire time, part of the promotion was that the winner of that fight would be the next cover of the UFC game. And that they just completely scrapped that. They just said, fuck that.
No. Look. That was for UFC 4, actually.
So
he was a temporary cover, but he wasn't. They put a picture on like their Instagram. They were like, Alex Burr is the new cover. He wasn't even. Yeah,
that was just so fake. They that whole time they misled everybody. But I'm excited about this game for sure. But yo, let's get into UFC Paris because the people have been waiting long enough. They've been all over the place.
We'll start with the main event: Ciryl Gane taking on Sergey Spivak. And you were saying earlier that you're surprised that Ciryl Gane isn't a bigger favorite than -175 where he is right now. I'm surprised it's not more of like an evenly lined matchup just because this guy got ragdolled by Francis Ngannou. This guy got demolished by John Jones.
Ragdolled is a bit of a stretch though.
Picked up.
Okay, yeah, he got ragdolled, but overall it was 3-2. Right?
I'm just saying, if Ngannou, not a wrestler, is throwing you around like that. Spivak, that's what he does.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
Continue.
No, I'm not going to continue. I want to hear what you have to say because I know you've been doing a lot of research into this fight and you have some strong takes. Go ahead, man.
I don't have any strong takes. No, okay. Well, the path to success for both these guys is rather clear, I would say. For Spivak, it's get the guy to the ground. He saw how Gane looked against Jones. Obviously, that is John Jones, one of the best wrestlers on the planet, a world-class wrestler. So that's not Sergey Spivak. But when he gets in close, we saw it against Derek Lewis, but we've seen it in the past against guys like Greg Hardy, Tai Tuivasa, where he has these inside trips that he likes to do just in the center of the cage. Like, he won't wait to get you all the way to the fence. He'll just do it in the center of the cage. And that's something that Gane definitely has to be a little cautious of because he stands straight up. His legs are usually a little wide apart, but I could see him kind of getting lulled into one of those clinch exchanges and then getting, taken down as a result of that. But I think my prediction for this fight, Gane fights well in front of his home fans. He feeds off of that energy, feeds off of the crowd. They're going to just be pumping him with good energy the whole time. And I think he'll be able to just keep his distance, keep the distance just far enough so that he can't get in to find those trips. And when it is at distance, guys, I think we've forgotten this because obviously he couldn't showcase this against John Jones because that fight ended in like 2 seconds. This man is a very, very good striker. He's so light on his feet, so quick. His movement is like a freaking lightweight. It really is. And he's very fast with his strikes. So if he is able to maintain the distance, which I think he will be able to, he should pick this dude apart. So I got Ciryl Gane. And I'm going to say he finds a finish. I'm going to say he finds a finish in round 3.
I agree. I think there is a finish. I don't agree on the Ciryl Gane finish.
Wow.
Maybe I do, though.
So I don't know. So you're kind of on the fence.
What I'll tell you guys is someone's going to get finished, obviously, in this fight. I mean, it's a striker versus a wrestler, and a pure wrestler versus a pure striker.
Yes,
like someone's going to get finished, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason, I agree. Like, I have this weird feeling that Gane's going to all of a sudden improve his defense. Like, I just have a weird feeling.
That's the only thing he has to focus on after that last fight. Like, what else do you got to focus on?
Yeah, I know, but it's only been 5 months though. Like, I feel like you can't drastically and submission defense as well, bro. It's not just takedown defense.
Very good. He has very good submission.
John Jones fucking snuck that guillotine choke in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, Gane is just like, let's call it what it is. He's a bad wrestler. He's got subpar jiu-jitsu, I'd say. So if Spivak is able to get this to the ground, which is possible. He could get it to the ground a multitude of weight. If he hurts him on the feet, in the clinch with like a short elbow or something like that, which he's done in the past against lesser strikers, of course, but it's possible. He could finish him, and he has great ground and pound as well. He destroyed Tai Tuivasa on the ground, destroyed Derek Lewis before he found the sub in that fight. So Ciryl Gane is going to have a lot to be careful of, and that's why, as we're talking more about this fight, I can see why the line is what it is. I can see why Gane's just such a slight favorite, but I'm going to give him the advantage in this fight. I just think, in France, he's not going to let his home fans down. He'll be able to just keep the distance. That's all you got to do. Keep the distance, keep the movement. It's a regular size octagon. They're not fighting in the apex. He'll have more than enough space to move on the outside, just stick and move, and I think he'll get the job done.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I think Spivak gets him down. I think Spivak wins round 1. I just think as the fight goes on, I think Gane will start defending. Give me Ciryl Gane by late round 2. Is that what you said as well?
I said round 3. So
give me late round 2 TKO
Gotcha.
Finish. I don't think he puts him out cold. I think he just ground and pounds his way to a victory due to Spivak gassing out, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, have we seen Spivak go, 5 rounds before?
Never.
Obviously.
Never seen Spivak go 5 rounds. And actually, Ron, I was looking into this the other day. I believe he's won 2 decisions in his entire career in the UFC, and they were against Oleinik and Felipe, 2 very low-level fighters.
Yeah. Well, Oleinik is not in his prime. When
Alexei Oleinik in 2021. Okay. He's like 44 years old.
No, man.
45, I think.
He was in there for a while, bro. Olynyk. Is he still? He's not still on the roster. No way.
No. Yeah, he got released and then he got brutally knocked out.
Yeah. Okay.
He won a boxing fight.
Wow.
In 30 seconds.
That's surprising because Olynyk is not even known really for the boxing. He's known for the jiu-jitsu and the what does he love? What's that choke that he loves so much?
The neck crank, or what does he call it? He called it some Russian special thing. Oh, let me look it up. Alexei. I'm actually curious. Alexei. Oh wait, no, it should be on his Tapology, right? Because he's always getting it. Fuck, what is it called? Neck crank from Scarfhold.
Ezekiel choke.
He loves
the Ezekiel choke. He was showing somebody in the tunnel after he finished them with it.
Yeah, Jared Van Der.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah, I think that's going to be a great heavyweight main event. Again, Ciryl Gane gets the dub. We both agree. But let's move on. Rose Namajunas making her flyweight debut against Manon Fiorot from France again. I'm excited, man. Rose is one of my favorite female fighters. You guys may not know this. Of course, everybody, including myself, is very disappointed in Rose's last fight. She looked trash.
I don't know if she looked trash.
No, bro, she did.
I don't know if they looked trash. Dude, I just feel like they were frozen. I just feel like they froze. I don't know if it was.
I don't know what that was. That was the worst fight I've ever seen, and I don't really. No, that's not an exaggeration. That was such an ass
trash.
Fight.
It was trash.
But if we just erase that fight, if we could just remove that from history real quick and just look at Rose's body of work, bro, because she's a monster and she's beaten killers. But, Weili, of course, Joanna, the list goes on. But she's moving up here. And I'm, as I'm preparing for this podcast, just looking at some footage of Manon Fiorot, bro, she is huge for a flyweight. She is just huge in that octagon. And I'm worried about Rose coming up because one of the fights that I was looking at was Tabitha Ricci when she fought Manon Fiorot. And a big problem for Ricci was just that sheer size advantage because she looked like a mouse compared to her in there. And she had no...
well, keep in mind, Ricci's a straw weight now, I think.
No. But at that fight when she fought Fiorot, she was coming up to flyweight, which is what I'm saying. Okay. So Rose is again in that same position where she's a straw weight coming up to flyweight, and she's not going to be able to put on that natural, flyweight size that Manon is already, has on her side. And dude, Tabitha Ricci could not get her to the ground whatsoever, and Fiorot just had this plodding style. She just keeps coming forward, keeps the pressure on, and she's got a very versatile striking game. However, this is Rose Namajunas, and Tabitha Ricci is nowhere near the striker that Rose Namajunas is. She has great movement, great footwork. But I do worry that she will just get overwhelmed by just the size of Manon Fiorot. I'm just a little worried about that. How about you? How do you see this play?
Well, I'm curious. I want to look at the tail of tape of this fight. Mm-hmm. Manon Fiorot is 5'7", and Rose is 5'5". So I feel like it's not. She's naturally going to be the bigger fighter when it comes to stronger. She's going to be a little bit taller, but man, Rose is just so crisp. She's going to have the major speed advantage.
That's the thing.
But I don't know. A lot of people think Manon puts Rose away. I just don't see that happening. I don't see a finish in this fight. I think this one goes the distance. But I think Manon wins because of I don't know. Maybe Rose just hits her with more shots.
This is what I'm...
it's a tough fight.
As I was telling you earlier, Rose, when she feels like she has the grappling advantage, when she feels that I can get you down and I can keep you there, she will grapple. And she did it against Weili. She did it even against Joanna after she knocked her down. But she did it against Weili in that second fight, and she won that fight based off solely the grappling. I think that in that first round, if she struggles to get her inside and land her strikes, because, she gets frozen again, maybe because she's worried about the power coming back, or she just can't find the openings, she could resort to the grappling. However, it's just, again, that thing with Tabitha Ricci trying to take her down, a smaller girl coming up, that size advantage is going to rear its head in those exchanges. So I'm a little worried about Rose here, man. She is the underdog. It's not like a crazy underdog. I think she was plus 148 last time I checked. Maybe that line changed, but I'm stuck here too.
I'm stuck.
This is a really hard fight because
Rose Namajunas gets the win by decision. I just said it. That's the fucking prediction. Rose Namajunas by decision. I said it. I said it. I have that feeling. She's getting it done. She's not finishing Fiorot. She's winning by decision. That's currently sitting at plus 250. Rose Namajunas by decision. I said it.
Oh, no, that's Rose by decision. Okay. All right,
I said it.
I don't want to agree because we already agreed on the last fight, but I gotta agree. You gotta agree. And it's the underdog, but I gotta agree. And I told y'all, Rose is one of my favorite fighters, so I want more than anything for her to just bounce back in a huge way at a new weight class, throw herself into the title conversation because Fiorot is number 3rd ranked already. Dude, I think Rose wins by decision as well. I just think, people are not, because obviously that last fight left a bad taste in people's mouth. But dude, her striking is so clean when she's on, it's on, yeah. Bro. And she has the movement, she's got the footwork, she's got the speed, like you said earlier. She's gonna have her, I think, on the feet. I think she'll have her moments, and she'll be able to find the openings enough to land enough and to get the win. So I got Rose Namajunas by. I'll say split, because I could see this one being a case where Manon has a big round and kind of makes a little statement, but Rose overall wins the fight. So that'll be my call. Rose by split decision, and I think you agree. So there you go, guys.
There we go. That's awesome, man. Yeah, there are predictions for the main and co-main event. I feel like those are the two main bouts on this card. So when it comes to like a full-on breakdown, that's all we got. But we can also just quickly go over Benoit Saint-Denis taking on Thiago Moises. Yeah. Saint-Denis coming off a massive win against Ismael Bonfim, a guy who was very highly touted after that flying knee KO against Terrence McKinney. Saint-Denis just ragdolled him, just choked him out. Didn't even have it under the chin all the way. Just pressured that chin, and it was such a brutal finish. But he's going up against Thiago Moises, a guy who looked great in his last fight against Melquizayo Costa. He's finished back-to-back fights by rear naked choke. This guy has fantastic jiu-jitsu. I think this is a very close fight. I like Benoit Saint-Denis to get it done, though, by decision.
I agree. I think Benoit Saint-Denis, he's got a lot of steam coming into this fight. He's on a roll. He's in front of his home fans again. He's the younger fighter. He's more explosive. And Thiago Moises, he's fought a row of killers before, but now he's kind of taking on these newer fighters like Joel Alvarez. After the Islam fight, he kind of went downhill. So I would say that Denis gets the victory. I'm gonna agree by finish. I'll say round 3.
Round 3. Awesome. And one more fight we could talk about, the return of Volkan Oezdemir taking on a newcomer, Bogdan Guskov. I know you don't really watch too much outside of the UFC fights, but I can just go over this one quickly. Volkan Oezdemir hasn't fought in about a year, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, the London card, was it? No, Abu Dhabi lost to Nikita Krylov, beat Paul Craig in the fight before that. But he's taking a massive step down in competition, and a lot of people are betting on Oezdemir, and I'm with them. Bogdan Guskov, man, this guy does not have great durability. He takes a punch and he just flies around the cage. And he's right now, his 4-fight winning streak, it's just been against bums. And it seems like all of his wins have been against bums. I'm relying on the UFC tested guy in Volkan Oezdemir, and I'm looking forward to his return.
Gotcha.
Anything else that you want to talk about?
Nah, man, I'm excited. I can't wait for 293. We're gonna get into that.
So much shit coming.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Yeah. Izzy is back. But we'll enjoy this UFC Paris. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a great one.
Live stream on YouTube, most likely.
Be on the lookout
for sure. On Saturday, for updates, our Instagram, as I said, @HookshotPod. But yeah, for now, that's all I've got. All we've got. Signing off. It's been Lucas and Rohan. We'll see you UFC 293.
Peace.